Hey guys, so this is another audience pick. You guys wanted me to give you my advice as to how to handle if you run into an elder. Here's the advice you asked for that you're probably not gonna like. 1. He is not your friend. I don't care if he's the nicest guy, you've known him for 30 years. He knew you when you were in diapers. Your families have been close for decades. That dude will stone cold turn on you. All right, you're in the jungle, baby. And the likelihood is, no, he's not evil. He's just brainwashed. And he has a job to do. Elders are like TSA. You're like, I'm a really good person. If you just knew, talk to my worldly boyfriend or girlfriend. If you just knew my circumstances, if you knew what I was dealing with, maybe you'd cut me some slack. And they're gonna be like, take your fucking shoes off. Funny enough, I don't think we have to do that anymore. All right, he's following federal orders from the governing body. He may be an elder, but he has other men he has to answer to. There's always directives and he's just following it. So you have to understand the elder is not on your side. He is not your friend, and no amount of chumminess or familiarity is gonna change that. I'm sorry. 2, yeah, he might catch you doing something you're not supposed to be doing. You know, you're setting up a Christmas tree and you want to celebrate holidays on the down low. He's gonna drive by, he's gonna see that. You know, maybe you're dating somebody that they don't approve of. Or, you know, a lot of times what happens is you've been fading, you're inactive, you bump into an elder at Target and they're like, hey, how's it going? They want to know where you've been, right? Let this be your sign from the universe or whatever to come out of your PMO hiding and be bold and ask yourself, is this how I want to live my life for the rest of my life? Dancing around this bullshit. Grown-ass woman, grown-ass man paying taxes and a mortgage, and I'm afraid of this guy? Either be prepared to face the music, let them do whatever they're gonna do, punish you, or whatever. And I've talked about this before, you can threaten to sue if they're gonna disfellowship you, you know, without you having a judicial hearing. You have options, but either be prepared to face the music, or be prepared to tiptoe around and kiss ass for the rest of your life. 3, you don't owe him shit. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Here's the thing, you know, confession culture is so deeply ingrained in the witnesses that if you get thrown off, you might feel the need to sort of like, oh no, like you're thrown off, you might feel the need to spill everything. I've heard that so many times where people just were inactive or fading and they were struggling with, you know, guilt and shame, and it just flew out when they saw the elder. Don't beat yourself up if that's already happened. The way to think about it is just how they've conditioned you. But if you can help it, if you can think about this and prep in advance, if you have the wherewithal to mentally prep yourself for this possibility, just know that if you see an elder, this man is not above you. This man is not God. Okay, he doesn't pay you bills, and he's not gonna rub your back and soothe you during tough times. This is a man who's gonna smile and feign concern for your health, and then he's gonna, you know, take that shit back and figure out what to do with you. Bottom line, what I'm trying to say is don't volunteer any sensitive information. Which brings me to my next point. Number 4. So I made a video last year about what to do if an elder texts you. Go back and watch it. I'll leave a link. There is a piece of technology. Where's my phone? There is physical distance between you and the elder. Take advantage of it. There's a psychological technique that narcissism experts like to use. It's called gray rock. Basically, the concept or idea is if you're dealing with a really emotionally manipulative person, whoever this person is, become dull and boring like a gray rock. Like, don't give them anything. Again, not volunteering any sensitive information, but it goes further than that. Like, don't express any emotion, fear, vulnerability, nothing that they can use to whip up more drama. Granted, this is harder to do in person, especially if it's like a family member. It's like your mother or your father or something like that. Family member who really knows how to push your buttons. But it's way easier to do on the phone when you're dealing with an elder. Bottom line, keep it brief, keep it boring, and if he continues to badger you, block. 5. This guy's a dead end. Like, let's say you're one of those people, you just can't help yourself. Whatever reason, you feel like you just have to meet with the elders. Caught doing something, you feel like you have to meet with them out of some sort of penance or remorse. Maybe you're harboring subversive thoughts or tendencies and your wife wants you to speak to them. And you're like, okay, wife, I'll concede and speak to the elders. Whatever. You did something and you feel guilty and you feel like you have to confess something. Or, you know, you want to explain your position again. You want to explain your position in the hopes that they'll listen, that something will sink in. It won't. They're gonna give you shit. You're gonna be labeled an apostate. They're gonna find some way to try to nail you to the wall. All right, do not delude yourself into thinking that you can reason with an elder. Total time waster. And 6, circling back around. All right, if he's just being a son of a bitch and threatening you with judicial action, threatening to disfellowship you, threaten him, threaten to sue him. Whatever, I'm not a lawyer. Talk to a lawyer. See what your options are. I do know of some XJWs who threatened to sue the elders when the elder was threatening to disfellowship them, and they backed off. The elders backed off, but also understand that it's not going to change the fallout. Meaning, if your family's devout, they're going to shun you anyway, because they're going to see you as opposing Jehovah's appointed men, appointed servants. Like, I know it's stupid, but the result is the same. Like, you know, you're going to feel like, yeah, that's right, I stuck it to you. You might feel like, yeah, I'm the big man, I got him. But you're going to be socially punished anyway. So just be mentally prepared for that if you hadn't thought of that. Whether it's being soft shunned and people just kind of give you shit, or just hardline shunned. Like, unless you have zero family ties to the organization, get over yourself. You're not coming out unscathed. And here's the deal, I'm not saying this to be mean or to make it harder on you. Like, it's just the reality. It's just what you're dealing with. This is the person you're dealing with, right? You know it, I know it. I say buck up, develop some self-respect. Just, you know, prepare yourself for any fallout, whether it's in the congregation, with your parents, and just refuse to live in fear. Because that's where they have a grip. If you can loosen that grip, being unabashedly yourself and not living in fear, not playing the game, that's going to be that loosens the grip. Because, you know, the reality is, with the way the organization has been going, that elder may wake up in the next 5 years. But, you know, here you are. You wouldn't know, because you're still hiding in your Pimo cave, hoping you don't run into the Kobe at Target. Break the cycle. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great week, and I'll see you soon.